welcome to another great edition of Two Shiny Domes. I'm Shiny Dome number 1, Mark Torgerson. I'm here with my esteemed colleague, Shiny Dome number 2, Ronald Benjamin, and we are here to break down a number of different topics that have happened in the last 2 weeks, and of course, preview our showcase for both the boys and the girls. With the girls, the league table, and in the boys, the Champions League races. Ron, what else we got on the dock today, and what are you excited about?
Oh, I think this is one of the most exciting weekends of the year. Next to State Cup is the NPL Showcase on the boys' side, trying to decide who's going to get to the Champions League in the spring, and then the girls' midway point of the Champions League. And there's a lot of things we can talk about. The Sac Republic getting the MLS, College Cup coming up for men and women, and a lot of exciting soccer going on late in 2019.
So what we are hoping for is that nobody starts a fire in the next 2 days here, and we can have a smoke-free showcase. Because last year, if you remember, it was the exact opposite of smoke-free. It was like nighttime, 24 hours a day, because there's so much smoke in the air. But
over the last week, I've been checking the weather just to make sure that we're going to have a great weekend in
right?
Davis. And then turn my computer off. About 30 minutes later, it's just a rainstorm for like 45 minutes out of the blue. That was like 3 or 4 nights ago. Did you guys not?
Nope. No rain down here in the city.
You must have been
some of the suburbs way up there,
maybe.
where
Snoozing.
Well, we did have last tournament in Davis. We had a tornado, and then when we had the wind from hell come.
Is it going to be windy this weekend?
God, I hope not.
I hope
the
not.
worst thing in the world out there. But we're going to take care of the wind for you. Keep that away. I've also got a little exciting the announcement: the MLS All Stars will play the Mexican League All Stars next year in the All Star game. Who you taking?
USA, of course.
USA, it might be. Republic, big news. They got awarded the MLS. So in 2021 or 2022, Evan? 2022, we will have MLS right here in Midtown Sacramento, downtown the rail yards. If that stadium gets built in time, which is supposed to be done, I think they are moving some homeless out of there and breaking ground. So.
I think that's going to be a topic of discussion as we approach MLS, is how it's going to change the landscape of youth soccer in this area for sure. There's going to probably be a lot of changes, and it's going to be interesting to see how everything pans out.
So basically they're going to take more players than what they've been taking lately?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. All those guys there's so many guys that came through the academy that are in the MLS right now. Oop, nope. Sorry, I'm not sure either. Also give a shout out to our champions. We did have State Cup taking place this last weekend. The U9 boys, LFC, beat Almaden. U9 girls, MVLA, beat Clovis. U10 boys, Ajax, beat Davis. U10 girls, Cal Odyssey, beat Blues. So congratulations to all those players. We will see you guys in about 5 years. Hopefully you still got those teams together, and these matchups will last for the rest of your careers all the way through U19s.
Why don't we move on to the College Cup for the men and women?
College Cup,
got our brackets,
absolutely.
Got our brackets pulled up, ready to go.
We'll start with the women since they are already down to round 2. I think the big news and the record-breaking news: Prairie View Agriculture and Military School took a thumping from Stanford, 15-0. Happy to be there, or disappointed to get beat by 15 goals?
I think they were happy to be there, and they knew the beat down was coming, but if you could keep it under 10, that would probably be nice.
So this brings up the question. USA beat Thailand 13-0 and got a lot of negative press. Why isn't Stanford getting any negative press for smashing 15 plastic?
Well, I'd like to see the goals, like maybe 8 through 15, and see how Stanford was celebrating or not. Because the U.S. definitely celebrated every single goal in that cup.
And to be fair to the U.S. In the World Cup, goal difference may have come down to the tiebreaker, but it's definitely not coming down to a tiebreaker in a knockout format. So.
No.
Well, there we go.
They did get negative press.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. It looks like they quit scoring after the 82nd minute at least. I'm guessing they probably could have put 20 up there if they really wanted to.
No, absolutely. I'm sure they gave a lot of kids that don't get a ton of time in tight games a lot of minutes in that game, and they still scored. So, hey, congrats to Prairie View for making it into the tournament. Hopefully get back next year.
One other NorCal team still alive. That's Santa Clara, who defeated Cal in the first round. So Santa Clara played Oklahoma State. Stanford, I don't know if it'll get any tougher. They play Hofstra on the second round, but after that, they're looking at a clash with Penn State or Arizona. So the tournament will really start here in the next couple of rounds as the big guns will start matching up with each other.
Yeah, and you know what? This game always bothers me. It seems like Santa Clara and Cal play against each other. Do we talk about this like every year?
That's just the way it works, right? They just seem to they always put them together.
Because you know what? Santa Clara is going to make some noise. It's probably one of the best teams they've had in a long time. And Cal's team had kind of an up and down season, but super competitive. And I think they're definitely a second round team, but they always get pitted against Santa Clara in the first round.
Well, Santa Clara wins against Oklahoma State, which will be a challenge. They will get Southern Cal in the next round. So big games coming up right around the corner. On the men's side, we had a record-breaking year for Northern California too, as we have a whopping 4 teams in the tournament. 3 of those teams have already qualified for the round of 16. So congratulations to UC Davis. They will play the winner of Louisville and South Florida. Stanford will play the winner of LMU and Seattle U. And St. Mary's, well, I know they're based in Northern California, but look at their roster. It's the Norwegian national team on the roster.
Yeah, that's Coop, right?
Yeah.
Congratulations to Coop. That's big time. What, 16-1? Is that what I saw?
I think 1 loss to UC Davis too, right?
Wow.
Their only loss in the last 2 years.
Impressive.
So, unfortunately, they will play the other Northern California team, possibly. Cal plays Santa Barbara. The winner of that will play St. Mary's on November 24th. So good luck to all those teams. As we know, most of those rosters, with the exception of St. Mary's, are filled with NorCal NPL players.
And I will say, and I'm sure you will agree with me, for all those teams that did not make the NCAA tournament, you should be going to the NPL Showcase this weekend. Agree?
Well, I'm not sure why they wouldn't. Unless you're St. Mary's, you're going to go to the Norwegian, Swedish
National camp.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back with the NPL Showcase preview.
And we're back, and we are here to preview this weekend's exciting matches in both the boys and the girls. We're going to start with our girls' 15 Champions League. Ronnie, how did that standing look?
Right now we've got, rounding out the top 5, we've got MVLA, San Juan, Cal Odyssey, Pleasanton Rage, and Byrne FC. Tight race there in the 15s.
Very tight race, yeah. Very tight race. Lots of teams that have it. Big game of the weekend takes place on Sunday at 11:50. MVLA will play San Juan 1 versus 2. Field number 12 out underneath the tree.
The one tree?
The
tree.
That'll protect you from the wind.
The tree.
That's a strong tree.
All right, moving on to the 16s. Looks like it's a 3-horse race right now. We've got San Juan's ECNL at 7-0. PSV Union, fresh off the academy, 6-0. And Clovis Crossfire, I believe that's Farfan, 5 wins and 1 loss. So it's a 3-horse race in our opinion right now going into the weekend.
Hey, what off topic, what's your opinion about putting your name into your team?
Davis Legacy Red ECNL Torgerson.
There's not enough letters and things on that already. Too much.
Too much. And then you got to change it when there's a coaching change. You got to go into God Soccer and change it anyways, right?
You don't feel like it's a little just too egotistical to have your name on there?
It's a little much.
Torgerson FC.
New club.
New club.
54th in Sacramento.
Anyway, 04's San Juan plays Clovis 1:30 Sunday on field number 1. Primetime slot for them. Exciting times as Clovis, who won a lot last year, got a chance to move up in the Champions League. But don't forget, we're only midway through the table here on the girls. They go all the way through spring.
All right, U17 Champions League. We've got Mustang ECNL. Played 9 games, 9-0. Second place MVLA 04s, which, let's face it, they're going to probably win this league. They're at 6-0 with a couple of games in hand. Pleasanton 6-2. Davis 5-1-1, and rounding out the top 5, Byrne FC at 5-2.
Well, Mustang is 9-0-0. So you think they're going to pass them up? Mustang hasn't lost yet.
Over time, well, they play that game.
How does the 03 league feel when the 2 teams in first are 04s?
I don't know.
I mean, if you were at high school and you had a team of juniors and seniors and they just all got benched for all the sophomores?
I don't know. I don't think they really think about that after they get trounced. They're just like, hey, the team's better than us, regardless of age.
I doubt it. MVLA plays Marin 9:50 on Field 1 Saturday. That's the big match in the 03s.
All right, moving on to the 19s. Byrne FC got a strong stranglehold on this group at 9-0. Second, MVLA 03s at 6-0-1, with Vision coming in at 5-1, and rounding out the top four, Mustang 03 ECNL at 4-1-1.
You know what I'm really noticing here, Ron? A real lack of Placer teams anywhere in the top of the standings.
I haven't seen too many Davis teams in there either.
Scroll down just a little bit more.
Scroll down just a little bit more.
Oh, twos, I think.
Definitely no Sac United teams up in there.
Leave it.
All right, go
That's
ahead.
right. You're getting the director.
Oh,
now.
move it on, move it on. Thick skin. Let's go.
Marin's going to win this division. I picked them a long time ago, even though MVLA's got a chance to sneak in there. We almost have like a mini little playoff this weekend as 1 plays 3, Marin Vision 130, number 4 on Saturday, and the game right before that is 2 versus 4, Mustang versus MVLA. That game's at 11:40, also on field number 4. So it could move a little bit, but a nice healthy lead for Byrne Fc right now. Looking forward to seeing everybody this weekend. We have a ton of coaches out there, and we will be right back to preview our Champions League races in the boys. And welcome back to Two Shiny Domes. We are here to preview the beautiful Champions League race on the boys' side down in Modesto, California this weekend. How it works, each age group will have an East and the West, anywhere between 8 and 9 teams. The top 4 from the East, top 4 from the West will converge in the springtime to play in the Champions League. In the ultra-competitive boys' side, we have many teams that are fighting for that last 3 and 4 spot to get themselves into the Champions League. Ron, start us off. 16 boys in the West.
All right, in the West, we've got MCSECFC Salinas coming in with 18 points. Palo Alto in second with 17. SF Glens at 14. And then MVLA Blue with 13. And then Red Star Red is right below the line there, trying to fight their way into the top 4.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Red Star were the champions of the Champions League 2 years ago. And now they are the outside looking in. Who do you think is going to qualify from that group? You've really got a group of 3 shooting for, I guess say 4 spots. 4 teams qualifying for the last 3 spots.
I'm going to go with Red Star with their experience, jumping into the top 4 and making it into the Champions League after the weekend. What do you think?
I think they lost a lot of their players, so I'm going to stick with the 4 that are up there. MVLA Blue takes that last spot.
All right, sounds good. Let's move on to the ultra-competitive East. In the NPL East, I think there's 4 Region 6 teams. Placer United and Davis have already qualified, with Atletico Santa Rosa right behind them with 13 points, San Juan with 9 points. And then we've got Union, Sac, and Santa Rosa coming in at 5 and 6, trying to battle their way into the top 4.
So Santa Rosa's got a little bit of a tougher weekend. They got some big games coming up, but Union's played 7, so they can only move up to 11, only 3 points out there. So lots to play for. A couple big games. Atletico plays San Juan, which will be, whoever wins that will be in pole position to get one of those spots. And Davis plays Santa Rosa, which is going to be a tough game for Santa Rosa. Who do you think? I'm going to go. I'm going to stay the way it is. I think Atletico and San Juan get those last 2 spots.
Well, I would have to agree with you at that, but let's just put it this way. Let's say Union comes up. San Juan loses to Atletico. Union wins and goes to 11 points. Who does San Juan have in the Sunday?
Elk Grove.
Elk Grove. Oof.
Well, there we go. So lots of pressure.
Good luck, Tony.
Morning, right?
Good luck, Tony. All right, moving on to the 17 boys, and this is going to be the South. We've got Forest North coming in at 16 points, Spurs with 12, SF Glens with 11, and Walnut Creek with 11. And then Star is underneath the top 4 line with 9 points.
So Star's got a few points to make up there. This is actually probably one of the more cut and dry divisions, I think. I'm sure there's going to be some movement in there, but obviously Star needs to win and get a little help as Glens and Walnut Creek need to drop some points. Or one of them needs to drop some points, and Star can still sneak in there.
I think Star probably has a legitimate chance of winning on Saturday. And then Walnut Creek's going to have a tough game against the SF Glen, so I think it's going to come down to those 2 guys.
Points will be dropped there, right? So if that game's in a tie, they both have 12, and Star County would be up to 12 with a win, and it would come down 3-way tie. You got some head-to-head and some goal difference tiebreakers in there, but still some matches to play on Sunday as well too, which would have an impact on that age group.
Bunch of crazy stuff happening in that division. All right, going on to the U17 boys.
Who are you taking?
Who are you picking?
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take Star to bump Walnut Creek down to the 5th spot. Star moving up to 4th.
I'm gonna say SF Glens and Walnut Creek both get that spot over Star. Star get beat.
All right.
Table stays as is.
There we go. All right. Now we're moving on to the U17 boys NPL 1 North, where we might have a first in our NPL competitions. And what would that first be, Mark?
That would be a non-Northern California team winning something. So it should now be called NorCal Nevada Soccer
If they win.
if they win.
All right, here we go. In the North, congrats to Nevada United. You know, they don't have a ton of competition up there, and on a day-to-day basis, and for them to come down here and be super competitive in the NPL is big time for them.
By the way, look at those teams they're playing too. Heritage, what is that, about 3 hours? Odyssey, Nevada to Reno to Odyssey to Fresno. Oh, that's 5 hours you're looking at?
Maybe more.
Maybe more. Napa, that's got to be a good 3-4 hour trip too, right?
They played a lot of those at neutral sites.
But you know what? Credit to those guys that come from remote areas and they know what the deal is coming in, is they got to travel a lot, and obviously it's been worthwhile for Nevada United, who comes in at number 1 currently at 15 points. Heritage at number 2 with 13, and Cal Odyssey at 13 as well, with Napa Soccer Academy coming in at 4th with 12 points. Underneath the line there is Merced United and Union Sac.
Well, Union Sac, I think, may be underachieving a little bit this year. I feel like they should be a little higher on the table, so if they get their act together, although there's still a lot of, it's going to be tough for them. Teams are going to have to drop points, and they're quite a bit behind. 2 wins would put them at 13, which would get them into that top 4 right now, but that would imply that Cal Odyssey and Napa and Heritage also get no points.
Yeah, no points, and then if it does happen that way, it would go head-to-head. So, yeah, that's a crazy division we got going there in the North.
Not sure what the three-way tie is. The three-way tie still head-to-head, or does it go right to goal difference?
Head-to-head. All right.
You'd have to go through and see, unless they've all beaten each other.
Yep. I'm going table as is.
No, I think you're wrong again. Union and Tony Sutton, get your act together, get your boys there. Hopefully there's no proms or what. Those boys don't miss for that, do they?
No fitsies.
No fitsies. Get your guys together and get some wins this weekend.
All right, U19 boys West. We've got 2 teams sitting at 18 points with Force Academy the second and La Marinda. La Marinda making their way back a little bit.
They are. That's right. They were perennial top dogs in this age group for a long time.
And then you got Sporting Green and Palo Alto. Is that Azevedo's clan again?
Sure it is.
All right, and then underneath the line there, you got SF Elite Academy and Atletico Santa Rosa trying to battle their way into the top 4.
So everybody's played 7 here. It means everybody's got 1 more, 2 more matches. There are 9 in there. They got 2 more matches this weekend. So this is a 9-team group, 10-team group. So the one of few of 10 teams in the NPL 1 West, meaning they've all got 2 games left. Like you said, Atletico can get to 13. SF Elite can get to 15. So it looks like
Atletico's got a tough road. They got Sporting and Force. So
I guess that's good though, because they're going to be taking points off those top teams too if they can win them. But yes, tougher games.
If they can win them.
SF Elite's got to play Force as well, and they also got to play La Marinda. So this could turn upside down at the end of the weekend.
Well, it should be exciting. Tough predictions on this one. I'm going to say that. Go out on a limb here and say that Atletico is going to win 2 games, and there's going to be some points dropped up there, and they're going to squeeze into the top 4.
I don't think so. There's an old saying, the table doesn't lie, and I don't think it lies right now. I think those are the 4 best teams in the U19s. So I think Force and La Marinda take care of business this weekend, and that'll benefit Sporting and Palo Alto if they happen to draw a game in there and drop a couple points.
There we go. All right, last but not least, the very competitive NPL 1 East, where Sac United coming in at first place with 17 points, along with Mavericks at 17, then Cal Odyssey and Union at 13 points, and then San Juan Lightning underneath the line there trying to squeeze their way in. Some good teams in this.
Yeah, by the way, I want to watch took a night off and watched the Sac United in San Juan, a 3-2 win for Sac United. You know, I'm a soccer junkie. I like to go watch games, good U19 boys games. Sac United should have hammered them. They had 35 chances and missed 32 of them.
Are you sure that you didn't just watch the highlights?
No, I like watching soccer, Ron.
You didn't travel out to the
I
complex.
was absolutely out of the complex. You can ask Matt Bernard. We went into the clubhouse afterwards.
Yeah, whatever. All right. I got a chance actually to see Union Sac play our Placer team. That's a pretty solid squad, the Union team. They got some really good players.
Where's Placer? Are they in
On
that
that team.
again? No.
No, I think they're a little bit farther down the table.
Interesting.
So, all right, who's your pick?
Well, based on the game I watched, San Juan can't defend very well, so they're going to get hammered again. Again, as is, I take those 4 teams that are right there, with Sac United actually winning it.
All right, you have no rebuttal for me. I agree. I think this is going to hold the same. Top 4, San Juan gets squeezed out of the Champions League for the spring.
There you go. I don't even know why they need to play the games. We've just told everybody what's going to happen.
Cancel the weekend.
Enjoy Modesto. We'll be right. So to wrap up this episode of Two Shiny Domes, just a reminder to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. We will be live in Davis with some live shows, some great interviews of hopefully champions, because we don't usually interview the losers, because who wants to hear from them? We want to hear about the winners. So if you want to be on Two Shiny Domes.
All right. Enough of that. Here we go. Hey, for the good of the game, we compiled all the NPL goal scorers to date. Real quick, we're going to go with the top goal scoring leader in each age group and gender. In the U16 boys, we've got Juan Pablo Hernandez from Diablo FC with 4 goals. U17 boys, Jacob Ramirez from Merced with 10 goals. U19 boys, Adrian Galeana, Union Sac with 9 goals.
What's he yelling?
U15 girls, Michaela Romo from Sac United with 13 goals. U16 girls, Gabriella Marsh from Folsom with 9 goals. U17 girls, Dana Restrom from IR Academy with 7. And then rounding it out, U19 girls, Abby Sabidra from San Juan Composite Team with 4 goals.
If you haven't been turning your goal scorers on your NPL reports, please do, or Torg will get mad at you because we want our stats updated
And accurate.
That'll do it. We will see you this weekend, either in Davis or Modesto, for some beautiful weather, some great football. Looking forward to it since it was canceled last year and halfway canceled in the spring. Let's get the showcase back where it belongs, the top of the soccer pyramid. Signing off, Two Shiny Domes.